Hello, my name is Drew, and I'd like to welcome you back once again to another episode of Freakonomics. Fragrance we're going to talk about today is by Tom Ford, called Oud Wood. And I don't know if you know anything about Tom Ford, but this particular one, Oud Wood, as they say, is oud good. As usual, we will be doing a deep dive and or first impressions to the fragrance right after we run the intro. Welcome back, and thank you for dropping by my channel once again. And I hope to see you back in future episodes to come. As usual, if you find any information valuable that I offer, please consider subscribing to the channel and also hitting the like button so that the algorithm will help push the video out and so that you won't miss any future episode. Let's talk about this Tom Ford. All right, as usual, let's go to Fred Ranica. Let's see if we can get a note breakdown on this fragrance first before we get into the smell test. All right. Talk about this Tom Ford Oud Wood. Now, it gives me a quick breakdown up here because this is an older fragrance also. This fragrance been out since, I'm not mistaken, 2007, 2008, but it is one of Tom Ford's best-selling fragrances of all time, according to their website. So we're gonna get into it real quick. It says the main accords are woody, oud, warm and spicy, aromatic, vanilla, balsamic, fresh spicy, amber, powdery, and sweet. Like I said, this fragrance is from Tom Ford's private blend. Like I said, it is 2007, and it said the fragrance coming in a 50 ml bottle, 200 ml bottle, 250 ml bottle, but it also comes after the launch. They put it in this size bottle, which is 100 ml. The note breakdown lists agar wood, which is like a oud. It's got Brazilian rosewood, cardamom, sandalwood, Sichuan pepper, vanilla vetiver, tonka bean, and amber. Let's get into the actual spraying of the product. Let's see what's going on here. We'll check the atomizer, see what's going on. How is it spray? How much comes out? More than enough. Now, while I gotta let this dry down a little bit, actually, this is a wintertime fragrance. I'm be honest with you. You know, I can rock it in the cool spring, the first month, maybe February. By March, I'm kind of putting it up because it's on the heavier side. And it's definitely something different. This is not a fruity type fragrance, not at all. Now, this was gonna be a little bit hard to describe. This is one of my since I've got a lot of compliments on in the wintertime on this one. But it took me a minute to get it. I didn't get the fragrance first because I started out with a sample and I put it on and I was like, this ain't it. But after I wore it on skin, because on the paper, it comes off more like I don't know, I hate to say it, more like a black lacquer type deal with a woody fragrance with something wood. I don't smell any oud, especially not the animalistic type, the aromatic type ouds that come in a lot of these fragrances. This is not that. This is definitely something totally different. But to me, it kind of gives me that, I don't know, it's like a woody fragrance, but it's almost like really old wood. I don't know, it's like it's like smelling an old piece of furniture, basically, to me, that has been lacquered up. And I know that doesn't give it, that's not a very good description, but it's kind of what it gives to me when I first smell it. But I don't know, this particular one, once I put it on my skin, it just turns into something that's just so different. It smells elegant, it smells clean. Like I said, there's no fruit in it. It does say oud wood, but I don't pick up a lot of oud in it. But that I don't know, that black lacquerish type smell, but it smells expensive. That's really what I pick up. Yep. It's like like an expensive table that's just been, I don't know, clear coated or whatnot. And I know that doesn't sound very appealing, but I promise you, there's something special about this fragrance. This is one you have to put on your skin. This is one I would say, get your sample of it. Because if you just spray it out the bottle and put it on a piece of paper, most people are like, nah, man, this ain't gonna get it done. This is it. But this is one that you need to put on skin. And like I say, it's definitely wintertime. It's heavy. It's heavy, but it's light at the same time. It's not. It's more dense than dark. It's hard for me to put it in words. But if you can think of an expensive table, that's made out of some really old petrified wood or whatnot, with a hint of elegance over the top of it. I don't know. It's hard for me to put this one into words, but I know when I put it on my skin, like I said, what it does, and it's a very, very unique fragrance. It's got a little bit of vanilla, and it definitely has a little freshness, and it's sweet, but it still puts me in mind of an old, expensive piece of wood that costs thousands of dollars. That's kind of the mood that it puts me in. But once it hits the skin, that particular part of the fragrance kind of comes out, but then the vanilla and the sweetness just seems to come off the top, if that makes any sense. I know it's hard. This is one you're gonna have to put your nose on. And like I was saying in another video, a lot of these fragrances, you can go to like Sephora or whatnot. I don't know what's in your town. Macy's, a lot of time, they'll have samples of these fragrances that you can get for free. You don't have to pay. This is not a blind buy scent like a few of the others I've talked about. This is not that. This is something that is unique to each wearer. This is something different. This is a dressed up type of fragrance. This is not something everyday, not at all. But when it hits the skin, like I said, the creaminess, the vanilla, sweetness kind of comes over the top of that old wood type of scent. And I know that doesn't sound citrusy or whatnot, but this is one you're gonna have to wear for yourself. This is one that says sample, sample, sample. But I will tell you this, I've probably worn this maybe 10 times, and out of that 10, I would say 6 times I've gotten compliments out of it. One time I was out having dinner, whatnot, and I took my jacket off. Like I said, it was wintertime, whatnot. And the lady put the jacket up, and she was like, that smells good. What is that? And I told her what it was, and she went on her phone and looked it up. Wanted to see exactly, what was going on with it, whatnot. And I think once she saw the price tag, I don't think she was very turned on by that, because it is very expensive. This particular scent, when you start pricing it, let's see what it costs. Basically, the price runs from $225. That's at Joma Shop, which is about what I pay, about $225 to $240, give or take. I've had it about a year or so. Now, if you go somewhere, like I said, like Macy's or whatnot, it's going to be a $350 fragrance. Just nowhere around it. And it's just going to be a 50 ml, which is a lot smaller. This is a 100 ml bottle. But it's not cheap, and it's not for everyone. This particular scent, like I said, you got to put it on your own skin. And what you have to do is you have to put it on and just leave. Put a little bit around, just put a little bit on each side of your neck as a tester. That's what I would suggest. And walk around with, just walk with it for a few hours and try to forget about it. Don't even think about it, because I'm telling you, when you first spray it, it's not going to be that appealing. But once you put it in your skin and the sweat starts to hit it, that lack of smell kind of lays back, and that creamy vanilla that's in the back, it's going to start coming forward as your body starts to heat up a little bit. Like I said, it's something special. I'm serious. It's special. It's hard for me to put it in words, but this is one that you really want to sample. This is not for everyone. It's a very expensive fragrance. Like I said, the little half the amount of this one right here. If you go to Macy's or whatnot, it's gonna probably about $250. If you buy this at Macy's, it's gonna be about 400. As far as this, I have to write it on the back, right on what's the OG, because I got something special to show you as far as why I had to do that. But this particular box is gonna run you, like I said, probably if you get it at Joma Shop on sale, about $225 to $250 for a bottle of size. I don't recommend getting a bottle of size. This just happened to be one of my favorites from Tom Ford. So I wanted to get a bottle that should hold me the rest of my life. But get you a sample of it. And what I would try to do is go on Joma Shop. I like to recommend them because they are one of the ones that give the best deals. Them and Venba. Those are places that I buy a lot of my fragrances so that I don't just get split across the wig too much. But they're still expensive. Like I said, you're not gonna get this under $225. And this is 100 ml, even at Joma Shop, which is one of my favorite discounters. Now, they don't always have the best fragrance, but I trust them as far as having the original, because there are some sites that do sell fragrances like Tom Ford, but they are not the original. And this particular bottle, which I know is hard to describe, it's hard to distinguish from the OG, but this particular bottle is a fake. And first of all, you can see the fake bottle. You can look at the batch code. Doesn't even look the same. I'm trying to get it so you can kind of see what's what. But the original got the nice sticker on it, whatnot, and you can check the batch code on it. This particular one got some kind of paper on, but you can barely see anything on it. Now, I'm telling you this because a lot of times you'll see these fragrances and they're dirt cheap. You might be able to catch one and it says a Tom Ford like this, and you pay, $50. I forgot the site that I bought this on, but I could have put it back, sent it back, but I wanted to put it on the channel to let you know. Don't buy from sites that don't have a good reputation for selling the real deal. They sold this to me for like $60. I thought I was getting a deal on it. And once I got it here and I sprayed it, I hadn't looked at the batch code because that was before I bought the OG. I had a sample and I was kind of kicking it around whether I should spend this much money, because this fragrance just got down to about the $225, $250 range. When I was looking at it over a year ago, a bottle like this would have cost you $350, $400 easy and up, depending on where you purchased it from. So these fragrances right here, like I said, Joma Shop, Venba, fragrance.net, places like that, they have a good reputation of only selling the originals. They sell the good stuff. This right here is a pure fake. Now, what we're gonna do is smell it. I'm gonna spray it in front of you all. We're not gonna get too deep in the atomizer, but I'm gonna smell it and tell you as best I can what I describe. And this is what threw me off. That's why I don't want you, waste your money trying to save $1. Some of these scents, you're gonna have to buy the OG. I'm not saying to go to Macy's or the department stores and buy these, because a lot of these you can catch at discounts once they've been out a while. But you really do get what you pay for. You're not gonna get the original Tom Ford fragrance, for $50 to $75, like in a strip mall, flea market, some of these aftermarket sites that tell you buy one, get one free. You're not gonna get the same experience, not gonna get the real deal. Now, what threw me off with this one, it has a little bit of the oud wood type of profile, but I'm not gonna lie, this one here has a back smell on it. Once you get past the original, it smells like, it reminds me of Windex, and in all honesty, it has a back scent of cat urine. This does not, the fake one does not smell right. It is not pleasant. It is not Tom Ford. And I'm gonna tell you, if you accidentally buy this particular fake it's got a silver label on it, if you buy this, you need to check the batch code on it. You can go online and check your batch code. All you gotta do is type it into Google. It'll send you where you can check this stuff out. But this one right here smells like cat urine. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I knew when I put my nose on it that this was not right. Now, I will say since then, I picked up, a couple of alternatives that, we're gonna talk about in a later video. But this particular video, I want to tell you if you're interested, if this is a fragrance that you decide, say, hey, this is something that I can get into. I like this. And let me show you something else. And you can see the fake top. The bottles look the same. But the fake top don't even fit on the OG. It don't even go on there. It doesn't even fit. Now, even though these parts look alike, fake one does not fit on the real. This one you got to get the OG or you selling yourself short. This is a wonderful fragrance. It's hard for me to put it in words, but I hope I did. I did my best as far as I could. But this is not a blind buy. This is something to put your nose on. But if you decide this is something you want to pull the trigger on, Yoma Shop, Fragrance X, Maxarama, what you do, you compare Bimba. That's a really good site because they run sales all the time on Tom Ford, Mind Game, all the high end ones. They're not gonna do it all at once, but if you keep eye on it, these are fragrances that you want to get. You go and you do your comparison as far as the price. But the sites that I name off sell the original, sell authentic. So don't get beat out of your money trying to save money, and you're not gonna get the experience. This right here is disgusting. Only reason I kept it, like I said, because I wanted to do a review on it, and I wanted to show them side by side how easily you can be fooled if you don't know which one is the original and which one is the fake. You will get got. And then you be like, man, this stuff stinks. It doesn't smell good, but you didn't get the real stuff. So on this one, like I said, to me, this is a winner. This is something different. I've gotten quite a few compliments on it. I don't wear it as much as I did last year because I've gotten in so many other fragrances that I've got to get worn. I've got to try and see what they do in the cold weather. This one right here, though, has proved to be a winner. This particular scent doesn't ooze off your skin a lot. It's more of a more personal scent. It'll be on your clothes, whatnot. If you're wearing a jacket, it'll stick to that or whatnot, give a nice waft. It's gonna have maybe 6 inches to a foot sillage range. It's not a projector. It's not gonna just boom out so everybody can smell it. It's not that type of scent. It's a scent that has to be discovered. But this particular one, like I said, it's a winner for me. And it's one that I'll keep in my collection. Chance of me running out of this, though, is probably none because I have so many other fragrances that I've got to wear. And our winters don't last as long. They usually December and January, our coldest months, and then it's starting to warm up. Usually when it starts to warm, I start easing away from the heavier scents and I start easing back toward the lighter one. So that's just a little note to keep in mind or whatnot. But this Tom Ford, this is one you really need to get on your nose. You might find out, hey, I appreciate him telling me that. So that's my review. That's all I got to say on Tom Ford. It's a wonderful scent. It's definitely something different. It's not for everyone. If you can, get a sample. Put your nose on it. Then you may be thanking me like, you might be glad that you did. And I'll see you in the next one.